guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Jirbie from Couchwasabi. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my weekend skincare routine. This is what I do when I feel that my skin is a little bit dry or when I feel that my skin is a little too uneven, like when they're patchy. So basically this is something that you can do once a week or once a month or even every other week. It depends on your skin's condition. I normally target to do this once a month, but since my skin is a little patchy and I think my skin is slowly turning over since it was a little burnt over the trips that I've had, I had some dry patches down here, but after doing this routine my skin is basically back to normal. It's smooth, the dry patches are gone. So there. If you're interested to know more about this routine, please keep on watching. Okay, so starting off with my bare face, I just washed my face with soap and water. I will be using this PMD or personal microdermabrasion. This is your at-home microdermabrasion device, and I'm currently using the green tip. So I will link down below my initial blog post about this. That was 2 years ago. This was actually sent to me 2 years ago by PMD for review, and I have been really loving this, although I'm not really that diligent in using it. Okay, so since my trip from the beach 2 weeks ago got my skin a little patchy because I was a little bit sunburned, so I think my skin is turning over quickly and there are dry spots down here and some of them are right here. That's why I will be using this PMD just to slow off the dead skin cells. Okay, just a bit of a background. This PMD is currently sold at $169 online for the international version. I think the US version is a little cheaper and there are other versions that you can purchase. During the time they sent me this, there was only one version, so there was only this one. But now I think they have PMDs with different colors that are according to your liking and maybe according to the set that you intend to use them. So for today, I will be using the PMD International version. I've already put the green tip, which is the coarsest tip that I have. The one they sent me had the white training tip and then the blue sensitive tip, and then this one, the green one, is I think the average tip. I'm not that sure, but I will link everything down below. Okay, without further ado, let's get started. When using PMD, you have to make sure that your skin is dry and that you are not using any peeling solutions on your skin, maybe for the last 3 days, because those peeling oils like AHA, BHA, or even Maxi Peel is not appropriate for you to use this kasi baka masugat lang yung skin. So when using this, you have to start from the center of your face outwards, and you should never do double passes on any area of your skin, just to be sure. When starting off with PMD, you have to start with the white training brush or the white training tip, and then you move on to the blue, and then you advance to the green. I've just ordered the other tips earlier online, so I will be doing another demo as soon as I receive them. But for now, let's work on the green tip and start with my right side of the face. That there are some areas that are already sore or red because of the PMD. So you have to make sure that you don't abuse your skin, and you also have to make sure that you don't hover on a certain area for too long because you might be over sucking it with this PMD. And then, okay. So far, looking good. Feels smoother now. My dry areas here feel smoother now. Let me work on this side. This one's a little rough. So this is the after. It feels so much smoother compared to what this area had earlier. Okay, so I'm gonna work on my left side. On some of my areas of my face twice or maybe thrice, but depends on you, and you just have to be very cautious not to remove so much of the top layer of your skin. So right now I've gone through this a couple of times because I can see some skin and I'd like to remove all those dead skin cells sitting on top of it. When using your PMD, you have to stretch your face and make sure that everything is a little straighter so that the PMD works better that way. Okay, as you can see, my face is now a little redder or a little sore because of using my PMD. And then when you check the device, you can see some of those dead skin cells sitting on top of the tip. And sometimes they also sit here on the filter itself. So every time after you use it, you have to wash the tip and the filter. The filter is very important so that dead skin cells won't go in the suction machine. Now that we're done with that, we're done with using the PMD on my face to get rid of those dead skin cells sitting on top of it. Now we are using this Aztec Secret Indian Healing Clay. So this is one of the most affordable yet effective at-home facial mask that you can buy. I got it, I think, for 700 pesos or less than 1,000 pesos at Healthy Options. And this one comes in huge jar. Okay, it's 454 grams or 1 pound, so this is actually huge. You can use this for a long time. Okay, so here's the instructions. Mix clay with equal parts of raw apple cider vinegar or water. So I would highly suggest for you to get Bragg's. This brand is the best apple cider vinegar for your beauty regimen or maybe for drinking or whatever, because this is unfiltered and raw. Also, you have to make sure that you use a non-metal bowl and utensil because the metal actually reacts to this clay. So you have to make sure that you use either plastic spoon to mix it or a porcelain, whatever that's not metal. Next, stir the mixture well and convert it into a smooth paste. After which, you can apply it on your skin and leave it on for 15 to 20 minutes. So let's start doing that. Okay, so I am taking 1 tablespoon of the product onto my bowl and tablespoon of Bragg's apple cider vinegar. So according to the instructions, you have to do it 1:1, equal parts or equal proportions of liquid and clay mask. Not sure if you can hear it, but it fizzled as soon as I applied the apple cider vinegar. This is a little thick, so I'd probably add a little more vinegar. Probably a half spoon of vinegar. Okay. Now that's a little more liquidy. Let's start applying it on my face. I'm going to be using my fingers, but you can use an old makeup brush or an old foundation brush. You can concentrate on the areas like here on your nose, put a little thicker base on that. 1 tablespoon is enough for your face and maybe a little excess on your neck. If you have like acne or other pimple related problem in other parts of your body, you can also put this on there. Hey guys, I'm back. So I just washed my hands and you can see that I have applied the mask all over my face and even down my neck. I have concentrated my problematic area, so that's my nose and maybe the sides of my cheeks and down here where there are a lot of dry patches. And let's time it for 20 minutes. You can also do it at 30 minutes, so since I want a deeper clean session, I'll probably go with 30 minutes. So while letting this mask dry, you have to make sure that you minimize your facial movements because you want it to dry as smoothly as possible. By the time that your mask is drying up, any movement would cause it to crack. Hey guys, so it's been 7 minutes. You can see that some areas are drier than the rest. Syempre, the thicker ones would take a longer time to dry. And at this point, at 9 minutes, your face would start to become a little firm and very constricted. So this is the time that I advise you not to do much facial expressions. Kaya dadaldal na ako hanggang kaya pang gumalaw ng mouth ko. Because it's trying to turn into very hard na here on the sides. Also, as the product is drying on your face, you can feel that your face is throbbing. And that's normal. Don't be scared. Kung nafe-feel mo na gumaganon siya, that is how this product works. And that is how this product draws out the impurities from your skin and to the mask. Okay, so we're now at 20 minutes. You see we have 10 minutes left. According to the instructions in the jar, you can actually remove the mask at this time. But I decided to extend a little more, 10 minutes, just to make sure that all the impurities are drawn out from my face. Also, at this point, you can see that the areas with a lighter coverage have already dried up. Some parts of my face are already cracking. So any slight movement, like a facial expression or a smile, or if I talk normally, this thing would probably crack up. So I'm trying to prevent that. And yeah, so some areas are dry. These are cracking up already. And let's say for another 10 minutes before I rinse it off. Also, at this point, you can still feel like parts of your face throbbing. So the more the mask dries up, the more the throbbing continues or escalates. So mine is throbbing really, really intensely here and here. Okay, so we are down to the last 1 minute and most parts of my face are dry now. A lot of those areas are cracking up now and the throbbing still continues down here and some here on my upper lip, but the rest are already fine. No more throbbing going on. I just look like Hulk right now. As soon as the alarm hits off, I'm gonna be washing my face and we'll see how it looks. Okay, so the alarm went off. Let me just wash my face and get back to you. Okay, so now that I've rinsed everything off, you can see that there are some areas on my face that are a little redder. But this should come off in an hour or so. Overall, this makes your skin very smooth. And you can feel that your skin is really clean. My dry areas are gone now. Okay, so to top it all off, I like putting on some vitamin C serum on my skin while it feels a little raw from the mask. And I just like spreading it all over my face. I keep my serums in the fridge, so it's really relaxing and cool when you're applying it. Then put some down your neck and make sure to massage it in. Before you pat it down, so your skin can absorb the serum more efficiently. You might tell me, Jirbie, PMD is not really accessible here in the Philippines. That's true. So I would suggest that if you have relatives in US or in Canada or even in Australia, they've got access for PMD. I also think that PMD ships internationally, so you can actually buy PMD online, and it's currently sold at $169. If you think that that's too much, I think it's worth the investment because, well, basically PMD is like your at-home diamond peeling. So you can do the math. If you prefer on going to a facial center and have your diamond peeling every week, if you think that's more cost-effective than getting a PMD, by all means, go to that facial center. It's fine. It's the same purpose anyway. But for me, I enjoy using my PMD because I like the freedom that it gives me for me to have my dermabrasion session whenever I want. Also, when you get your PMD, it doesn't end there. You actually have to buy the tips, and you have to replace the tips every after 4 to 5 uses because the tips can get a little mapurol. And mine is up for replacement. That's why I've already ordered a set of new tips, and those cost for $20. So it depends on you. If you find that going to the facial center is better, then go ahead. I think the diamond peeling session runs for 1,500 and up nowadays. I mean, these are from the more reputable ones. Or the cheaper facial centers would probably give it to you at $250 to $500. But for sure, you won't get anything much from those kind of facial centers. That's why I highly encourage you to get your own PMD. Second thing, the Aztec healing clay is actually very accessible. So that's something that you don't have any excuse of not getting. It's just $700 a tub from Healthy Options. Healthy Options is everywhere. The only problem is if the tub or the product runs out of stock, which they do most of the time. But once you get the hold of it, it's really nice to use it every week or every other week because it really cleanses your skin and you can feel the pulsating effect instantly. So you can feel that the product is working, and after you've rinsed it off, you will notice that your face is a little red. It looks to me that it's tender, but after that redness goes away, okay na siya. Your skin would look like this. It's smooth, it's parang baby, it's glowing on its own. Although I did put some highlighter here. But comparing to my before and after, like before I did my routine, which had dry patches here and it looks really weird with makeup, right now it's really very smooth. Wala na siya in one session. In one session of PMD, it's actually gone. The dry patches I had here earlier is gone. And of course, after exfoliation with PMD and then cleansing with your Aztec healing clay, third is you have to lock in the moisture. Also, you have to keep in mind that the PMD actually helps your skin absorb whatever serum you prefer to use more efficiently. So I like using vitamin C serum just to make my skin tone more even. Because that's my problem right now. I have so many shades of skin tone. Like this one is different from here. You can see there's an invisible t-shirt line from the island tour I've had. you can see that this one is actually different from here because of the shirt during my island tour. So in general, my skin's current situation is very uneven and very patchy. I would normally take glutathione just to even everything out, but I think that this shade is like 1 or 2, 3 shades darker than this, and it would take me what, 6 bottles of glutathione and what, 9 months to even everything out. I decided to just self-tan, which made me order Bondi Sands 2 nights ago from Australia, and I'm still waiting for it to arrive, and as soon as it arrives, I'm going to show you a demo and another video. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to let me know through comments below, and if you've enjoyed watching this, please hit thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It would mean so much to me. Anyway, I'll see you in my next video.